we never make it easy for ourselves, but a 3-2 victory in the end against Dulwich Hamlet. How do you quite sum that up?
Probably coming at it from two different angles, really. It's easy for me to go in after the game, and I did to a certain extent, because you do as a manager, and you go, great comeback, character, use all those sorts of terms, cliches, and all that. But I've also focused on the fact that we've gifted them certainly one goal, and we could have defended a lot better for the other one. And you can't shy away from that. You can't. It's giving yourselves a mountain to climb, whether you're against 10 men or not. It's giving yourselves a mountain to climb. From that point on, you can't say enough about them, because they've gone at it. We've created chances. I went in at half time. I wasn't actually too unhappy. I thought we were the better side in the first half. We created the better chances-ish. Well, I'll draw back on that. I think we got in good positions, but didn't really utilise it as well as we could. And when you've got a team full of very, very good players, very experienced players, with an experienced management team, they're going to take advantage of your frailties, and they did. And it's as simple as that. There's obviously a few contentious decisions in the game, of course, and that goes for both teams. There's no question about that. They will focus on it a lot more because they've lost. We tend, it's easy to tend to brush those things under the carpet when you've won, but I won't. I can't do anything about the decisions being made. That's not my bag. But I can do something about our frailties in respect of why we're giving ourselves a mountain to climb. Look, all in all, I think we applied ourselves really well throughout. I don't think the quality was there in respect of front of goal. We've created a lot of chances today. We've gone and scored 3 goals and have not been brilliant in front of goal as far as I'm concerned. We've been in the ascendancy for much of the game, which you would expect a little bit more with 10 men. But if I'm honest, I had a chat with John on the side and thought this might cause us a problem because it often does when you're playing against 10 men and the team sort of sits in a little bit. But we got there, and I suppose I should be ending on that positive because a lot of teams wouldn't have. A lot of teams would have drawn or lost the game. But also, they can't keep doing that. And I'm not saying that has been a theme this season, but you might get 1 or 2 of those a season where you can come back from it, but you won't get many more than that. So it's all about us focusing, analysing and seeing where we can do a lot better, but also focusing on the good points as well.
What do you put our sluggishness down to? Is that sort of the week and a half that we've had out, or certainly the way we kind of approached the game in terms of certainly one of the more physical sides in the league?
It's difficult to know. It's difficult to ever pin it on. I mean, I made a statement that it was going to be our job to try and keep the players topped up, which I did make reference to was going to be very, very hard, because when you go that amount of time without a game, training never replicates a game, or it's very, very difficult to. And it's very, very difficult to keep the players topped up. We talked about it beforehand. We talked about the warm-up, the intensity of the warm-up to try and get our legs going. And I think our legs were there. I think we were on the ascendancy. We were on the front foot, but we didn't seem to have those little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% that mattered in and around the box, the sharpness that was possibly missing today. And you look at Marcus, not quite his day today. We had a few one-on-ones today, and we haven't finished them. So I don't think, in some respects, as anybody can deny us the result. Personally, I absolutely understand why they're not happy. I do. I get that. I've been on the receiving end before, but I think we are the team that is more on the ascendancy, and we are the team that created the better chances and had more of the football. But you would expect that maybe with 10. So look. You're playing against a good side today. You're playing against an experienced management team. So all in all, it's a good day.
Certainly the tide did turn after the sending off, but when we did click into gear, you must be pleased that not only is Jimbo on the score sheet, but debut goal for Johnny Hippolyte as well.
Well, Hips can do that. I've worked with him before, and obviously he's got the ability to score crucial goals, if I'm brutally honest. And he has again today. It's really given us a platform to go and win the game. So, you'd probably put money on him getting a winner. Probably more unlikely that Jimbo would get it, but it's not a bad finish from a centre half. And as I say, I think we deserve that today. I really do. I do. But I understand why there's some difficulties with some of the decisions that have been made.
With Billericay having dropped points, it still puts us in. It puts us in 3rd spot still, and it's not a bad way to end the year overall at home.
No, listen, support was magnificent again. I keep saying it every single week. it seems to be going from strength to strength on the terracing, and that can't be understated. Yeah, listen, it's not. You know, I made reference in the programme notes that we've had a really good start to the season. Let's get it right, league wise. But that's what it represents. It represents at this stage, going into what is probably near as damn it halfway, that we are doing all right. We're doing well. There's so much football still to play. Your teams like you've played today will look at themselves and go, do you know what? They'll still fancy their chances of coming and sort of having a chance of promotion, because realistically, they should. You know, they should. When you look at the calibre of players they've got and the management team they've got, you know, Dulwich should be a team that are going to be knocking on the door in the season. So I think it's a really important win.
Of course, going into quite a tough period of games to end the year, a couple of away days, and Cheshunt up next on Boxing Day. And I suppose we wouldn't have said this in kind of years gone by, but certainly in recent times, it's become something more of a derby. And I guess the cliche is that form goes out the window.
Well, possibly, and it's Christmas, so it doesn't really matter who you're playing. You see some sort of quite bizarre results at Christmas. It's probably when the bookies either make money or lose money in some respects, because there's a lot of factors that come into play for performance levels in respect of, you know, looking after yourselves with, you know, what might be an indulgent period for some. The fact that we play 3 games in 6 days, I think it is. The Christmas period is always a very, very difficult one to navigate, and if you come through it with good points, then it really sets you up going into the new year. Cheshunt, for me, look, you know, I've got the greatest respect for them as a football club, and I realise from the geography point of view that it's close, and I realise that it can be badged as a derby, etc. But Craig is someone that I know and have spoken to, you know, successfully over the years, and you know, he's done well. He's done well with various clubs and got them into step 2. So you have to give them the respect they deserve as a football club, and both as a management and both as a football team. For me, I'm probably slightly detached from it because it's all new to me. But for me, it's a chance to get 3 points against another team, and I would look at it exactly the same way as if it was another team that wasn't quite as close in mileage, put it that way.
Thank you, Gavin, and we wish you a good Christmas as well. See you then.
And to you. Thanks.